He had address there, calling the TVK pure force, calling the DMK evil force. He says the fight is between Tamil Nadu and Stalin, and the chief minister, he alleges, is trying to buy votes. He also went on to say that Stalin has no empathy and that his true friends are corrupt politicians. Taking the stage there for the last 40+ minutes, TVK chief Vijay tearing into Stalin once again. He has reiterated over and over again in every public meeting of his since Karur that this is a fight between Vijay and Stalin, and it's a fight between Vijay and the rest. There on stage, he's receiving a warm thank you from his cadre. You have more than 4,000 people there who had gathered to listen to Vijay speak. We have Mr. Saravanan from the DMK joining me on the phone line. A list of things, Mr. Saravanan, said by the actor-turned-politician in his speech, but the bottom line is that once again, Vijay has said this is a fight between him and MK Stalin. Your first comment.
This shows the insecurity of the chief ministerial candidate of the TVK. He always wants to pitch himself against Mr. MK Stalin because he knows Mr. MK Stalin is the tallest leader, and that is why he is constantly, nobody in the state of Tamil Nadu is taking him seriously, in the sense that he is going to be a serious contender for the chief minister's chair, and our parliamentary system does not follow that kind of one person versus the other person. It is all about ideology, and it's very surprising. He says that he doesn't understand when you say it's TN versus NDA because he's afraid of the BJP. That is why he is not raising his voice. His movie was blocked. He was not even able to raise his little finger against that. And how can you expect that he's going to fight the mighty BJP against the injustice done to the state of Tamil Nadu? When our leader says it's TN versus NDA, it means he points out the injustices. It points out how the funds are not given to us. He points out how every good scheme it goes to the other states ruled by the BJP. He points out the Hindi imposition. He points out how they are trying to suppress the culture of the Tamil Nadu. When he says TN versus NDA, he points out how they mock Tamils and the Tamilian culture. In Odisha, we saw Amit Shah challenging openly, can a Tamilian become rule the state of Odisha? And the kind of crass advertisements released by BJP. Tamil Nadu is fighting that. Our leader, Mr. MK Stalin, is fighting all these things. But Mr. Vijay is afraid of the BJP. Yes, he will not even mention the words BJP. As though BJP doesn't exist in this universe at all.
All right. And also, let's just stick to what he said about the chief minister of the state as well, Mr. Saravanan. He goes on to say that Stalin says Tamil Nadu is a superstar state under his rule. Tamil Nadu was superstar state under Annadurai and MGR, but not under Stalin. And then he goes on to call Stalin a super stand-up comic.
See, that's what, when you don't have substance, when you don't have anything to point out, this is how they get personal. And Mr. Vijay, if you ask him about the economic growth, somebody should have pointed out, showed the mirror to his face and told him, see, Tamil Nadu's economic growth is 11.9%. The manufacturing growth is at 14.9%, which is 3 times the national average. This is the kind of growth Tamil Nadu has given. This is the 39 lakh jobs have been added by, as pointed out by the EPFO. This is, our leader is a rock star chief minister. And Mr. Vijay is again proving himself to be a cheapo. He is a cheap man, taking pot shots, personal pot shots. If he take personal pot shots against Mr. Vijay will quit politics. But we won't do that.
All right, thanks for joining me on the phone line there, Mr. Saravanan. I also have Sam Daniel with us. He's been translating that entire speech of Vijay for our viewers here on Breaking Ground. Sam, the fight is between Stalin and Vijay, a declaration by Vijay which he's made earlier. Little or no mention of any party but the DMK in that 40-minute speech of his.
That's right. He took on the DMK on issues of corruption, women's safety, and also in terms of acquisition of properties by politicians and completely refrained from talking about the central government, the BJP, and more particularly nothing about his film Jananayagan that has not been granted certification even a month after its scheduled date by the Central Board of Film Certification. And he calls that Tamil Nadu will witness what he says a whistle revolution, people voting the TVK to power in Tamil Nadu. And he calls Chief Minister M.K. Stalin a super stand-up comedian, and the Tamil Nadu state witnessed a superstar growth of status only during the tenure of Annadurai, Kamaraj and MGR, and not now. And he also promises security and safety for minorities, saying that there will be no compromise on that. And he also promises child safety, women's safety, besides industrial development, particularly development of farmers, weavers and fishermen. And there's one thing that was conspicuously absent was no criticism, strengthening speculation that Vijay is perhaps scared to criticize the BJP, although initially he called the BJP as his ideological enemy, and that this, many say, also strengthens their doubt and speculation that Vijay could be the BJP's team B. The DMK calls Vijay's speech, in a sense, childish and far from truth in terms of development. But for specific question on women's safety, they say, in spite of the spurt the state at one phase witnessed a rise in crime against women and sexual assaults, overall, they claim that statistically, Tamil Nadu is far ahead in women's safety compared to many other states where women's safety is certainly very, very low, as they put it.
Do stay with me. We also have Vijay joining us live at this point. Okay, we've lost Vijay's connection, I believe. Coming back to you, let's just talk about that allegation against Vijay as well, Sam, about being the team B for the BJP, because we've seen him in Salem, we've seen him in other public events before Salem, we've seen him today. Very little being said about the BJP, and the DMK stating over and over again that one should question Vijay over why is it only the DMK that he hits out at and not the BJP.
The TVK argues that the state elections are between those aspiring to capture power and those who are already in power. And in this case, it's the ruling DMK, and that's why they target the ruling DMK. They do not consider that the key opposition AIADMK is in the equation at all. That's why the TVK leader, Vijay, they argue, always pitches the upcoming election between the ruling DMK and the TVK. But there's no specific response why TVK Chief Vijay is refraining from criticizing the BJP, particularly after the Karur stampede tragedy that killed 41 people. But a few days ago, a key leader from Vijay's team had on record said that the BJP at the center is beginning to mount pressure on the TVK in a bid to get their support to the NDA in Tamil Nadu before elections, and that they will not buckle under pressure. Specifically, he pointed out that the center is using the CBI probe into the Karur stampede tragedy and also the film issue, Jananayagan issue, in a bid to mount pressure, and that the party will not yield to that. But the BJP has denied these allegations, saying that these two are professional bodies, both the CBI and the Film Certification Board, and the party has nothing to do with that. They also argue that it was Vijay in the first place who had moved the Supreme Court asking for an independent probe into the Karur stampede tragedy, after which the top court ordered a CBI probe.
All right, stay with me. I think we have Vijay now. He is at the venue of the rally where Vijay was speaking. We don't want to confuse the two Vijays. Our correspondent here live with us. Vijay, just the big takeaways, the mood around with the cadre at this point where you are.
No, just now Vijay concluded his speech. You see how the supporters of Vijay are returning after listening to their leader's speech, and they are very after listening to this speech. Let's ask them. So, சொல்லுங்க ஏன் விஜய் ஆதரிக்கிறீங்க?
சார் அவர் வந்தா ஆட்சி மாறும் சார் எல்லாரும் நடந்து சொல்றாரு. விஜய்
Crowd is into and we have women and youth and even elders supporters. listening to they are returning back and they are rising slogans against the DMK government are also in support of TVK Chief Vijay and you see even kids are here even though they don't have voter ID they are here to see their Vijay as an actor with a whistle as TV has recently Election Commission of India allotted whistle symbol for TVK. They all have whistle on their hands and TVK chief once again Vijay reiterated
Whistle in their hands and Vijay is something the person that they're cheering for. There seems to be a bandwidth issue there with our correspondent Vijay, but we'll have to leave it there. But a fiery speech by TVK Chief Vijay, where he's once again directly taken on the Chief Minister, the incumbent Chief Minister of the state of Tamil Nadu, alleging corruption, alleging that the people have lost faith in Stalin and now are trying to find faith in Vijay. Vijay there sounding the poll bugle once again ahead of the state election. Moving on, Tamil Nadu Deputy Chief Minister Udayanidhi Stalin launched a sharp attack on the BJP AIADMK alliance ahead of the state elections. He stated that the ED, the CBI and other agencies are being used by the BJP to intimidate political opponents. Our leader has already given a reply to them in Madurai is what he said. He further stated that we will not compromise our self-respect even if we lose our lives. We will never compromise on the rights of Tamil Nadu. We will neither fear the Enforcement Directorate nor Modi. Not just Modi, he went on to say we are ready even to face his daddy. Meanwhile, the BJP has reacted sharply and condemned Udayanidhi's remarks on Prime Minister Modi.
இந்தியாவிலே ஒரு இயக்கத்தை எப்படியாவது மிரட்டினா உருட்டலான்னு இடி சிபிஐ இப்படி பல்வேறு அமைப்புகளை வச்சு மிரட்டிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் நம்முடைய தலைவர் அவர்கள் நேற்று மதுரையில தெளிவா ஒரு பதில் சொன்னாங்க. என்ன வழக்கு தானே போடுவீங்க? திமுக உடன்பிறப்புகள் பார்க்காத வழக்குகளா? மொழி போர்ல ராணுவத்தையே எதிர்த்து நின்ற இயக்கம் திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம். மிசாவை பார்த்த இயக்கம் திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம். நம்முடைய தலைவர் அவர்கள் உயிரே போனாலும் எங்களுடைய சுயமரியாதையை நாங்க என்னைக்கு விட்டு கொடுக்க மாட்டோம். தமிழ்நாட்டுடைய உரிமைகளை என்னைக்கு விட்டு கொடுக்க மாட்டோம். அதனாலதான் அடிக்கடி நான் சொல்வேன், நாங்க ஈடிக்கும் பயப்பட மாட்டோம், மோடிக்கும் பயப்பட மாட்டோம். மோடி இல்ல, மோடியோட டாடி வந்தாலும் நாங்க ஃபேஸ் பண்ண தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம்.
Udayanidhi Stalin is a deputy chief minister. He should know, he should behave in a matured way. And talking like this is not going to serve any purpose. So it says the cheaper mentality, the lowest mentality of the Dravida model DMK, and a person of his stature talking about the Prime Minister, I think he should be more matured enough.
Tamil Nadu elections are likely to take place within 2 months. The political statements by the ruling party shows that they are in frustrated mood. Not only that, but they are also attacking personally our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. If they are not frustrated, if they are not losing the elections, why should the leaders of DMK, mainly the CM's son, Mr. Dayanidhi, to take the name of Modi ji and his father also?
किसी से उनको डरने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. कोई डरा थोड़ा ना रहा है उनको. प्रधानमंत्री जी से तो किसी को डरने की आवश्यकता ही नहीं है. वो तो स्नेह करते हैं. वो तो कहते हैं कि देश की एक एक जनता सबके साथ है और उनके साथ है और सबका साथ, सबका विश्वास, सबका विकास, इन लक्ष्यों पर काम करने वाले प्रधानमंत्री.
The probe picks space in the Congress stir at the AI summit case. In the latest, Youth Congress President Uday Bhanu Chib has been summoned and is being questioned by the Delhi police. This even as police arrested the 5th accused in the case and detained 4 others. In fact, the case has triggered a major political war of words. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led a scathing attack, accusing the opposition of compromising the nation's dignity at an international stage. The Prime Minister says the summit was turned into an arena for what he calls naked politics. He adds the nation knows Congress is ideologically naked, alleges the party crossed all limits at the summit and says Congress should not insult the nation. Congress leaders were quick to hit back, claiming the Prime Minister is scared of peaceful protests, alleging that democracy is missing from Prime Minister Modi's dictionary, and claimed that the Congress's questions remained unanswered.
साथियों, कांग्रेस ने भारत के एक वैश्विक आयोजन को अपनी गंदी और नंगी राजनीति का अखाड़ा बना दिया। समारोह स्थल पर विदेशी अतिथियों के सामने कांग्रेस के नेता कपड़े उतारकर पहुंच गए। मैं कांग्रेस वालों को पूछता हूं, देश तो जानता है आप पहले से ही नंगे हो, फिर कपड़े उतारने की जरूरत क्या पड़ी? कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने वहां जो कुछ किया वो दिखाता है कि देश की सबसे पुरानी पार्टी वैचारिक रूप से कितनी दिवालिया हो गई है, कितनी दरिद्र हो गई है। साथियों, कोई कल्पना नहीं कर सकता। कांग्रेस के नेताओं को मोदी से नफरत है। ये लोग मेरी कब्र खोदना चाहते हैं। मेरी मां को गाली देने से भी उनको कोई परहेज नहीं है। उन्हें भाजपा से विरोध है, उन्हें एनडीए से विरोध है। ठीक है, आपकी राजनीति में यही करना जरूरी है, चलो भाई समझ सकते हैं, हम इसको भी सहन कर लेंगे। लेकिन कांग्रेस को याद रखना चाहिए था कि एआई ग्लोबल समिट ये बीजेपी का समारोह नहीं था और न ही उस समय बीजेपी का कोई नेता वहां मौजूद था। ये देश का कार्यक्रम था, देश के सम्मान का कार्यक्रम था, देश के लोगों के पसीने से। लेकिन कांग्रेस ने परसों सारी मर्यादाएं तोड़ दी और पूरा देश कांग्रेस की इस रीति नीति पर थू थू हो रही है। लेकिन दुर्भाग्य देखिए, इतनी पुरानी पार्टी के नेता लाजने के बजाय गाजते हैं। बेशर्मी के साथ देश की बेइज्जती करने वालों का जयकारा कर रहे हैं।
अब राहुल गांधी पर क्या बोलना, मुझे तो डर लगता है कहीं राहुल गांधी अगले सत्र में खुद अंडरवियर और गंजी में आ न जाए हाउस।
The Lok Sabha, when leader of opposition was not allowed to speak in the motion to thank the honorable president, then only the women MPs protested. Therefore, they were protesting for a cause that allow the opposition to speak. And you were afraid to come to the parliament, Prime Minister. It is not that MPs were women MPs who belonged to the scheduled caste and backward class were misbehaving. They were protesting.
No, I think at international events there has to be dignity, there has to be discipline, and there has to be a sense of responsibility.
रही बात यूथ कांग्रेस के लड़कों की, पिछले 48 घंटे में 16-17 शहरों में जो धरपकड़ कर रहे हैं, एफआईआर की कॉपी तक हमें नहीं दी। कोर्ट का ऑर्डर है कि एफआईआर की कॉपी दीजिए, वो भी हमें नहीं मिल रही। इतना डरते हैं ये विरोध प्रदर्शन से, एक अहिंसक शांतिपूर्ण प्रदर्शन से प्रधानमंत्री इसलिए डरते हैं क्योंकि इनके शब्दकोश में लोकतंत्र नाम का शब्द नहीं है।
मोदी जी अमेरिका के साथ जो डील हुई है, जो किसान विरोधी डील हुई है, उस पर एक शब्द नहीं बोल रहे हैं। उस पर चुप्पी क्यों है? अनेक बिंदु पर कांग्रेस प्रश्न उससे पूछ रही है, उस पर क्यों चर्चा नहीं कर रहे हैं? और जिस प्रकार से भारतीय जनता पार्टी युवा मोर्चा के लोगों ने कांग्रेस के दफ्तरों पर जो हमला किया है, पत्थरबाजी की है, और पत्थरबाजी भाजपा कर रही है और कांग्रेस के लोगों पर मुकदमे दायर किए जा रहे हैं, ये क्या न्याय है? प्रदर्शन करने का अधिकार सबको है, लेकिन प्रदर्शन करने का अधिकार ये नहीं है कि उसमें हिंसा का रास्ता अपनाया जाए, पत्थरबाजी की जाए। मैं उसका विरोध करता हूं।
Akhil now joins me live. Akhil, the last time we spoke, the Youth Congress President Uday Bhanu Chib had been summoned by the Delhi police in this case. What's the latest you can share with us?
Well, Vadika, if you see there are three key points that needs to be highlighted in this investigation. Earlier this morning, what we have seen that the one individual was arrested from Gwalior, and then what we have seen that so far, if you see the tally, what we have seen that there are 5 arrests and there are 4 more individuals who have been detained by the Delhi police team. And out of those 4 individuals who have been detained, 2 are from Madhya Pradesh and 2 are from Uttar Pradesh. Right now, what we have seen that Indian Youth Congress President Uday Bhan has been summoned by the Delhi police team, and after that, what we have seen that senior officials, including the joint CP range officials, have arrived over there for questioning. So right now, questioning of Uday Bhan is still going on at Tilak Marg police station right now.
All right, thanks for joining me live. That's the latest we have on that developing story. There's some breaking news coming in. The news is coming in from Bulandshahr in the state of Uttar Pradesh. What we're being told is that an Indian Air Force personnel and his father were allegedly assaulted by members of a wedding procession in the area. The incident occurred after the two objected to people drinking and creating a ruckus on the road. Pratham Singh, who was posted with the IAF, was returning from a family engagement ceremony along with his father Jitendra Singh, who was a primary school principal. The victims alleged that several members of the procession were holding liquor bottles and dancing in the middle of the road, causing a traffic jam. Those are the visuals we have of them being allegedly thrashed on the road. Reactions coming in.
जहांगीराबाद थाना क्षेत्र में दिनांक 20 फरवरी 2026 को एक घुड़चढ़ी के दौरान जो है एक स्कूटी पे सवार जो है पिता पुत्र, जिसमें से पिता जो है सरकारी अध्यापक है और पुत्र जो है एयरफोर्स में अधिकारी है। घुड़चढ़ी के दौरान इनके द्वारा अपनी स्कूटी जो है घुड़चढ़ी वाले रास्ते की तरफ ले जा रहे थे। इस दौरान बारात के कुछ जो है वहां मौजूद लोगों से स्कूटी पे सवार पिता पुत्र की बहस हुई। बहस के दौरान दोनों के बीच जो है मारपीट, लड़ाई झगड़े का वीडियो वायरल हुआ। तत्काल इस संबंध में मुकदमा पंजीकृत किया गया है।
इसमें मेरे बेटे के सर में बहुत ज्यादा चोट आई है, उसका टाँके हैं और मेरे भी सर में चोट आई है। पुलिस ने आपकी एफआईआर दर्ज की? पुलिस ने हमारी मदद की है सर पूरी, और पुलिस ने हमारी एफआईआर दर्ज की है, हमारी मदद की है, हम अस्पताल पहुंचाया, सारी मदद की है सर पुलिस ने हमारी।
Joining me live on the story, Ranveer, I want to understand from you when and how did this situation escalate into what we're seeing on our screens there?
A barat was going on and the groom was trying to ride on the horse, and during that a scooty was going through nearby. So due to some using of horn, and hot talk erupted between the baratis and the scooty owner. So during this scuffle, the argument turned into an heated argument, and then the mob, they assaulted Air Force officer Pratham as well as his father. So on the basis of information given by the victim's father, as well as he's also a victim, police lodged an FIR and trying to identify the people who was there and who beaten the Air Force officer in Bulandshahr. So CCTV footage as well as video footage is is with the police, and police is trying to identify the accused in this case. So obviously on a very petty issue, this scuffle erupted, and the mob thrashed the Air Force officer as well as his father. So police is now investigating the case.
That a lack of civic sense, when pointed out, leads to this unfortunate situation there in Bulandshahr. Ranveer, thanks for joining me live. Simply a short break. When we come back, we're going to post-mortem that big defeat at the hands of the Proteas that India was handed last evening. More on that in moments from now.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand. Motorola Signature, India's #1 camera phone. Grab Motorola Signature today.
From 1983 to now, I have seen cricket evolve, but the mindset to win never changed. I tell you that what win matches and what doesn't. This T20 World Cup, let's talk cricket, controversies and more on NDTV.
लोग कहते हैं कि जिंदगी एक फिल्म की तरह होती है, लेकिन मेरी जिंदगी सिर्फ एक फिल्म नहीं, एक ब्लॉकबस्टर फिल्म है। बचपन से पता था मेरे सपनों में दम है, आगे नहीं सबसे आगे जाना है, स्टार नहीं सुपरस्टार बन के दिखाना है। नाम मिला, फेम मिला, प्यार मिला, I was not just running, I was flying। सबकी जुबां पे बस एक ही नाम, यो हनी सिंह। लेकिन फिर ब्लॉकबस्टर कहानी में आया एक ट्विस्ट, 7वें आसमान से सीधा गिरा मैं जमीन पर। फिर क्या, खुद पे काम दोबारा शुरू, फैंस ने फिर प्यार दिखाया, फिर स्टार नहीं सुपरस्टार बनाया। है ना मेरी जिंदगी एक ब्लॉकबस्टर फिल्म। शुक्रिया आपकी प्रेयर्स का और आपके प्यार का। कॉन्सर्ट्स तो आपने बहुत देखे होंगे, but this is gonna be concert of a lifetime, क्योंकि मेरे फैंस ही हैं मेरी victory, मेरी history, मेरी glory. So come and witness Yo-Yo Honey Singh. This is my story.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
इनको यहाँ से जाना ही होगा।
जय मां दुर्गा!
There is no bigger battle in 2026. And nobody has reported Bengal like I have. Buckle up for an unforgettable election thriller. Will the BJP breach Mamta's fortress?
TMC जावे, BJP आसमे।
Can Didi fight off her life's biggest challenge?
BJP double engine সরকার এই লড়াই বাঁচতে হবে।
Battleground Bengal with Manogya Loiwal.
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world.
Join me, Gargi Rawat, as I track all the developments as they break. Live from the NDTV newsroom, weekdays at 4 p.m.
Front lines of Cartel, the fury of Operation Sindhu,
so many attacks,
the chaos and cries of disaster zones, to fighter jet cockpits, and the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break, live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right, Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area.
North Ukraine. In France, in Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Across the country.
He has tracked the pulse of power from
News just coming in. A member of the AIMIM, who is the Delhi chief, Dr. Shoaib Jamai, has come out and spoken out on Team India's performance. He has said ignoring talented and promising cricketers like Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, Aqib Nabi and Sarfaraz Khan, and including cheap players, will surely cost you dearly. Gautam Gambhir needs to understand that he's no longer BJP MP, but a coach. Has the Indian cricket team truly fallen prey to hate politics, is what he asks. I have Tejshree joining me live on the story. Politics taking over the story, which is the defeat of Team India at the hands of South Africa. Tejshree.
Well, you see, if we talk about this entire series, this was the first match that India lost. But keeping all these things aside about winning or losing the game, now the AIMIM leader Shoaib Jamai is giving a communal spin to this entire matter, keeping in mind that it was AIMIM who keeps on alleging that it is BJP or the current government who keeps on communalizing all the issues, who keeps on spreading hatred in the country in the name of religion. But now the leader of AIMIM, Shoaib Jamai, has come forward and have very categorically stated the names of the players who have not been included in the Indian cricket team, and he also in fact went on to claim that it has been done deliberately by Gautam Gambhir to include all these players, and perhaps that is why India has lost this match. Now needs to be seen that how this entire controversy, politically escalates, and will the players, or for that matter Gautam Gambhir, will react to this.
Okay, thanks for joining me live there. But staying with cricket, we're going to have Boria Mazumdar and Rika join me shortly. But before that, let's just tell you, India's chances of reaching the T20 World Cup 2026 semi-finals were dealt a massive blow on Sunday after Suryakumar Yadav-led side suffered a 76-run loss against South Africa in their first Super 8 match in Ahmedabad on Sunday. Heavy criticism coming in for the team, the captain and the coach.
2 wickets, then 3. India had South Africa exactly where they wanted.
Another wicket goes.
But what followed, according to Ryan Ten-Doshkata, was a tactical miss. The assistant coach critical of Suryakumar Yadav's captaincy.
To have that strangle on South Africa, 30 for 3, whatever they were, and then to sort of adopt a defensive bowling strategy, again, I thought that was a missed trick.
When the pressure flipped, the questions began about tactics, team balance and decision-making under pressure. The first talking point was the team selection. Why leave out vice-captain Akshar Patel? Ten-Doshkata defended the call.
And then obviously someone has to give way. So, do we leave a batter out and get another bowler in? And the decision was based around there. But certainly it's not to take anything away from Akshar and his leadership and how important he is. With the best intentions, we're trying to pick the best 11 to win the game, and I hope Akshar takes in the same spirit as well.
Then there were bigger concerns like India's batting approach. The team has repeatedly lost early wickets to off-spin in the power play and that has been creating a chain reaction. Early wicket, pressure on middle order, and collapse in the tempo of the chase.
There's different ways to go about a chase. So even setting a score, and like I say, we've spoken about it a lot, but we haven't implemented it across the board, and I think that's cost us in some of the performances.
The math is now brutal. India's net run rate is minus 3.8. This marks an end to India's winning streak in T20 World Cup. South Africa sunk India at the Narendra Modi Stadium on Sunday night, leaving them desperate for 2 wins in 2 matches against Zimbabwe and West Indies. Any slip will see India getting knocked out of the World Cup. At the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad with camera person Ravinji Rohit, this is Rika Roy for NDTV.
Joining me live, Rika Roy and Boria Mazumdar. Thank you for joining me here on Breaking Ground. Boria, I'm going to start with you. This is an MCQ, a multiple choice question I put to you. Where did Team India falter? Was it its batting? Was it its bowling? Was it its fielding? Was it the selection, or was it all of the above?
All of the above. All of the above by a million miles. I mean, there is no chance of one thing resulting in a loss like this. All of the above. And at the same time, you can kind of attribute this to 2 things. One, you were not able to cope with pressure in the manner that you should have in a home World Cup. And number 2, and this is a positive, that you had to kind of, lose one big game. It's gone and out of the way. So this social media meltdown that you are seeing, Vedika, everybody is bad overnight that you are seeing. Yeah. Everyone who is not playing the World Cup is actually a better player, which social media decides. All this is complete nonsense. The team faltered. It was an aberration in every sense, like you just put that question to me. But I still think India will make the semi-final. They will come good in the next 2 games and they will control their fate.
Okay, Rika, what are the changes India is not considering at this point?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer. What are the changes India is not considering? But let me start with the changes that they are seriously looking at. For once, they're thinking about bringing Sanju Samson in to break the clutter on the top of having so many left-handers. That's a real conversation that's happening in the dressing room right now as we speak. And there are a couple of days before the next match, which is against Zimbabwe in Chennai. India will be happy not to meet Australia for that match because Zimbabwe qualified for the Super 8. Australia didn't. They got knocked out. The other change, and there is huge pressure on India to bring back Vice Captain Akshay Patel, and questions are being asked why was Washington Sundar played. Of course, the assistant coach last night answered that it was due to the matchups. But, it really didn't add up to why they would have fielded kept Akshay Patel out and fielded Washington Sundar. So those are the 2 conversations that are happening. The third is a suggestion that Kuldeep Yadav be played in the 11 for the next 2 matches. Absolutely crucial for India because not just they need to win, but they need to up their run rate. Now, the run rate is minus 3.8, and that really might hurt India in the tail end as they get into the semi-final.
Surya Kumar Yadav had said, and the assistant coach had said last night after the defeat.
Sometimes you got to think if you're chasing 180, 185, you can't win the game in the power play, but you might lose the game in the power play. We lost too many wickets in the power play, and then we couldn't have small partnerships which we wanted to have for chasing 180, 185. But then that's part of the game. We learned it. We'll sit back and then come back stronger.
To have that strangle on South Africa, 30 for 3, whatever they were, and then to sort of adopt a defensive bowling strategy. Again, I thought that was a missed trick. There's different ways to go about a chase. So even setting a score, and like I say, we've spoken about it a lot, but we haven't implemented it across the board, and I think that's cost us in some of the performances. Very disappointed in the performance, but when you set out to win a World Cup, don't expect someone to come deliver the World Cup to you on halfway through the competition. So we understand we've made a lot of mistakes tonight. We understand you probably allowed one mess up in this phase of the competition, and we've messed up on a grand scale, and now the onus is on this group of guys to turn around and put in two solid performances against Zimbabwe and West Indies.
You're allowed one mess up, Rika, is what the assistant coach there had to say. Like Boria saying, this should be that mess up and we should overcome and we should make it further into this World Cup. But I want to understand from you, and we're just going to play out some graphics to go with Rika to understand how India can overcome this. What are the scenarios before us right now? A lot also hinges, Rika, if I'm not mistaken, on South Africa winning all the rest of the matches at this point.
That's right. India definitely has to look at winning the next two fixtures. The first one, of course, comes up against Zimbabwe on the 26th, and then the Eden Gardens fixture against West Indies on the 1st of March. So winning is non-negotiable. Now, if they lose, then it is very important to see that they at least win against the winner of the match tonight, which is against West Indies and Zimbabwe. All Indians will be having their eyes on that fixture in Mumbai tonight. So India has to win against the winner of tonight's match to be able to get into the semi-final. Now, if all the teams have 1-1 wins in this league stage, in this Super 8 stage, then it will come down to net run rate. And India's net run rate right now is -3.8, and that is going to hurt India. If it doesn't manage to win the other matches, it will really have to hinge on other results going their way to be able to reach the semi-final.
Okay.
And, I'm really surprised at this point. We are sitting here talking about India, whether they'll make it to the semi-final or not. My idea is that they'll still make it, having won the next two encounters, having corrected the mistakes. Look, Vedika, I must, tell our viewers at this moment, the big wins that they had ahead of the tournament, the big 200s they made were on pitches that suited India's kind of play. The pitches that really suited batting, mauling the bowlers basically. But ICC pitches are a little different. Indian cricket team knows it. They knew it well in advance, and they should have prepared for the fact that they will not be able to hit every bowler through the line, and have prepared accordingly. That did not happen. Last night, I would say, was a reality check for them.
All right, I will have to leave it at that. I apologize because we have some breaking news coming in on a breaking ground. We're being told that India has issued an advisory amid the Iran-US tensions. India's advisory says leave Iran by available means of transport. Indian nationals in Iran advised to leave. All Indian citizens asked to exercise caution. The advisory is leave by available means of transport, avoid protests and demonstrations. That's the content of the advisory. Remember, thousands of Iranian students are demonstrating at universities in Tehran and across the country for a second day as they reopen a month after deadly nationwide protests. The Ministry of External Affairs now coming out with that advisory for Indians in Iran, asking them not only to exercise caution, but to leave by available means of transport and avoid protests and demonstrations. Remember, thousands were killed during the demonstrations, mostly on the nights of the 8th and 9th of January during a state-imposed communications blackout, as the country had faced the threat of another war and still does with the US and Israel. Aditya now joining me live. Aditya, just bring us the contents of that advisory. Tell us more about the situation in Iran as we speak.
Vedika, this is a fresh advisory issued by the Indian government. In fact, this is an advisory issued by the Indian embassy in Tehran. And this is at a time when the situation in the Middle East is volatile. There are US ships and military forces that are moving close to Iran. And certainly there are threats that have come in from US President Donald Trump. This even as negotiations continue between Iran and United States. In a couple of days from now, we'll have negotiations taking place again in Oman. This will be the fourth round of negotiation. If I can read through the fresh advisory that has been issued, this is the third advisory this year. It says, in continuation of the advisory issued by the Government of India on 5th of Jan 2026, and in view of the evolving situation in Iran, Indian nationals who are currently in Iran, this includes students, pilgrims, business persons and tourists, are advised to leave Iran by available means of transport, including commercial flights. The 14th January 2026 advisory is hereby reiterated that all Indian citizens and PIOs should exercise due caution precaution, avoid areas of protest and demonstration, stay in contact with the Indian embassy in Iran, and monitor local media for any developments. Now, Vedika, we've been monitoring and closely reporting on the developments in Iran. There have been major protests that have been underway. Although we had spoken to the Iranian envoy to New Delhi very recently, who held a press conference in Delhi as well, who exclusively had told NDTV that whatever protests were witnessed were led and provoked by US and Israel, and they fear no chance of any kind of change in the regime in Iran. Even though there's a fresh threat by US President Donald Trump very recently, just hours ago, who has said that if the negotiations do not fall in line with Iran, then certainly they have a military option that will be exercised, and that can also lead to the change in the regime. It's a fresh threat, it's a fresh provocation. Also comes at a time, Vedika, when just hours ago, the war cabinet of Israel has met and taken a review of the situation in Iran. This also takes place at a time when the Indian Prime Minister is about to visit Israel on Wednesday early morning for a 2-day visit amidst geopolitical tension in the region.
Comes, like you said, at a time when Donald Trump himself has signaled a possible military escalation if those talks fail.
Absolutely. There could be a military escalation, although, while we have been analyzing the situation over the last many weeks, we do not think that there can be any major military action by US at this particular stage. There have been a lot of warnings coming in, but, going by the US approach over the last year or so, they have been more inclined towards limited military options. That means some kind of a limited strike that does not provoke a kind of a regional conflict in the entire area. Earlier, there have been reports by the Israeli intelligence also that they do not believe that the kind of protests that are underway right now in Iran can lead to the regime falling or some kind of a change majorly in Iran. So as of now, the latest is that the Indian embassy has issued a warning and an advisory for the Indian nationals to leave Iran immediately. And certainly, we'll be tracking the latest in Iran.
Aditya Raj call, they're tracking all the developments taking place on the Iran story. Of course, you have that escalation claim by Donald Trump if talks don't go the way he wants to. But protests also continue inside Iran once again. All right, we're going to end with another top international story which has to do with Mexico's most powerful cartel leader who has been killed, after which Mexico has been on the edge. There's been massive violence, and you also have the US asking its people inside Mexico to stay safe at this moment.
Mexico's army says it has killed Nemesio Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, also known as El Mencho, leader of the powerful Jalisco New Generation cartel. The operation unfolded early Sunday in Tapalpa, about 2 hours southwest of Guadalajara in Jalisco. Troops came under heavy fire. 4 people were killed at the scene. 3 others, including Oseguera, were wounded and later died while being flown to Mexico City. Authorities seized armored vehicles, rocket launchers, and high-powered weapons. 3 Mexican soldiers were also wounded. Officials say the cartel had trafficked massive quantities of fentanyl and other drugs into the US. In fact, El Mencho even had a $15 million US bounty on his head. But retaliation followed within hours of the raid. More than 10 vehicles were set ablaze in Puerto Vallarta. Roads were blocked in Guadalajara. Several OXXO stores were burnt or vandalized. Thick smoke rose over the tourist coastline. Jalisco activated a statewide code red. Schools were closed Monday. Public transportation was suspended. Mass events were cancelled. Air Canada suspended flights to Puerto Vallarta, citing security concerns. The Embassy of India, among others, in Mexico has now advised Indian nationals in Jalisco and several other affected states to shelter in place, avoid areas near security operations, minimize travel, and stay in close contact with family. From Washington, the White House has issued a statement underlining that it shared crucial intelligence with Mexican agencies during the operation. Governor Pablo Lemus Navarro is urging residents to remain indoors as armed patrols continue across the state. Meanwhile, authorities are calling this the most significant blow yet against Mexico's most powerful cartel. Bureau Report, NDTV.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand. Motorola Signature, India's #1 camera phone. Grab Motorola Signature today.
Vijay Deverakonda and his going-to-be wife Rashmika spotted at Udaipur. They were heading to their hotel where wedding ceremonies will take place. Heavy security in and around the area.
Alright team, our new order show is ready. Now we need a promo. Something cool, something sharp.
Well, I'm sure we'll be having outstanding reviews, solid suggestions,
Expert advice, the latest trends. It's a lot simpler. We'll help people make the right auto decisions. It's got the cool stuff, geeky stuff, serious stuff, all of it, so that you can discover, decide and drive. I'm Siddharth Sharma and I am your Automate.
From 1983 to now, I have seen cricket evolve, but the mindset to win never changed. I tell you that what win matches and what doesn't. This T20 World Cup, let's talk cricket, controversies and more on NDTV.
लोग कहते हैं कि जिंदगी एक फिल्म की तरह होती है, लेकिन मेरी जिंदगी सिर्फ एक फिल्म नहीं, एक ब्लॉकबस्टर फिल्म है। बचपन से पता था मेरे सपनों में दम है, आगे नहीं सबसे आगे जाना है, स्टार नहीं सुपरस्टार बन के दिखाना है। नाम मिला, फेम मिला, प्यार मिला। I was not just running, I was flying. सबकी जुबां पे बस एक ही नाम, यो हनी सिंगर। लेकिन फिर ब्लॉकबस्टर कहानी में आया एक ट्विस्ट। 7वें आसमान से सीधा गिरा मैं जमीन पर। फिर क्या, खुद पे काम दोबारा शुरू। फैंस ने फिर प्यार दिखाया, फिर स्टार नहीं सुपरस्टार बनाया। है ना मेरी जिंदगी एक ब्लॉकबस्टर फिल्म। शुक्रिया आपकी प्रेयर्स का और आपके प्यार का। कॉन्सर्ट्स तो आपने बहुत देखे होंगे, बट दिस इज गोना बी कॉन्सर्ट ऑफ अ लाइफटाइम, क्योंकि मेरे फैंस ही हैं मेरी विक्ट्री, मेरी हिस्ट्री, मेरी ग्लोरी। सो कम एंड विटनेस यो हनी सिंह, दिस इज माय स्टोरी।
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
इनको यहाँ से जाना ही होगा।
जय मां दुर्गा!
There is no bigger battle in 2026. And nobody has reported Bengal like I have. Buckle up for an unforgettable election thriller. Will the BJP breach Mamta's fortress?
TMC जावे, BJP आसपे।
Can Didi fight off her life's biggest challenge?
BJP double engine সরকার এই লড়াই বাঁচতে হবে।
Battleground Bengal with Manogya Loiwal.
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world. Join me, Gargi Raut, as I track all the developments as they break. Live from the NDTV newsroom, weekdays at 4 p.m.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live. Unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right, Center.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Across the country.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
Alright team, our new order show is ready. Now we need a promo. Something cool, something sharp.
Well, I'm sure we'll be having outstanding reviews, solid suggestions.